Sacramento last night, and we opened up with a fantastic promo from the ring general, the world heavyweight champion Gunter. He went all in on Jey Uso, said he enjoyed every second of Jimmy's blood on his body and would have drowned Jey in his brother's blood. But Jey obviously was tied to the ropes. Gunter's heel promos are just so good, and it makes people care so much more about this match. I think in the last 3 weeks, this has had one of the better builds than what people would have expected. And the best thing for them to do was this, have a slow build, and in the last 3 weeks, build it up, and it's going a lot better now. I'm very excited to see Gunther versus Jey Uso, and being interested to see who was going to win, and also if Jey can really redeem himself from that match with Jimmy Uso last year, because no one enjoyed that match. Liv Morgan, as in my MVP so far of 2025, was up next to face Bayley. Her entrance came during the commercial break. I gotta give a big shout out by the way to Liv Morgan. She has done incredible since losing the Women's World Championship to Rhea Ripley. Crazy performance in the Royal Rumble. Crazy performance in the Elimination Chamber. Crazy tag match against Bianca Belair and Naomi. Fantastic match on Raw against Bayley. Fantastic matches all round for her. She beat Jade Cargill. She's on a phenomenal run so far. It's like ever since losing that championship, it's really pushed her up the card, which is crazy, and I'm so happy for her. During this, Bianca Belair had her little promo segment and how she's focused now fully on Rhea Ripley and Io Sky after all the Naomi and Jade Cargill stuff. I don't understand why the crowd boos Bianca Belair, but if they want to turn her heel, maybe we should do it at WrestleMania Sunday. But I don't know. Liv Morgan and Bayley would be a fantastic match, and unfortunately Liv Morgan would end up losing due to some interference. So first of all, Raquel was attacked by Bayley with a stunner, which was a really cool move. Liv went for the Oblivion. Lyra held on to Bayley, so Liv couldn't hit. She bounced off of Bayley. Bayley rolled her up for the 1-2-3. It means this is very possible though that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are retaining the tag team championships at WrestleMania, and Liv personally just needs to pin Bayley at WrestleMania. Although if she pins Lyra, maybe she gets a shot at the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Great match though. Rhea Ripley cut her promo where she had Io's later on, and yet again I'm still not getting convinced at all by her that she deserves to win this match. She doesn't, and yes, you are there here win this, Rhea. The crowd may not boo you, but I certainly will, because you have been the heel the entire time. Good promo though. Our American made Chad Gable. Oh, sorry, no. Julius Creed was facing off against Rey Mysterio. Both tag teams got kicked out. Brutus and Ivy Nile and Chad Gable rejected. And then El Grande Americano would interfere, but that would backfire. Rey Mysterio would still win, but then El Grande Americano would attack all the LW and Rey Mysterio and stay on top. I kind of think Chad Gable being El Grande Americano has been very fun, personally. Don't know why. AJ Styles would be up next in action, facing off against Karrion Kross. This was Karrion Kross's first match in 6 months. Karrion had a great performance in the ring. I like Karrion's in-ring stuff. Also, he got his old entrance back, which was brilliant. I loved his old entrance. AJ Styles did pick up the win. Logan Paul then come out afterwards, interrupt him, talk some trash, show some highlights of Logan Paul's career. AJ would want to fight him. Karrion would try to attack him from behind. AJ would fight back. In the end, Logan Paul would end up standing on top, hitting the pulverizer. Is this possible that Logan Paul loses to AJ Styles? I really hope so. I really do hope so. Jey Uso will come out next to cut his promo before his big match with Gunther. Jey's also got a new tattoo on his neck, which was pretty cool. Didn't yeet with the crowd when entering again. He's very much locked in as Jey. He said he's going to make the world realise 60,000 people know who the real world heavyweight champion is about to be. Main event, Jey Uso. I don't know about what's going to happen with Jimmy Uso. If I see Jimmy cost Jey, I'm going to lose my shit, basically. Great promo by Jey. The crowd did yeet quite a few times, but look, it's the problem when you're so over like Jey. Bron Breakker was attacked backstage by Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Carlito, which then led to what happened next, which was Finn Balor versus Penta. This match didn't go on for much longer than people thought. Unfortunately, there was a DQ, because Bron Breakker was a pissed off man and tried to kill Carlito yet again. He hit a double spear on Dominic Mysterio and Carlito, which was a really cool moment. And then Penta dived over the top and he took out everybody. So with regards to WWE's logic, I'm going to say maybe it's Dom or Bron Breakker who wins the belt. So Dom either wins it or Penta retains it. Not Penta, or Bron retains it, because Finn Balor technically won by DQ. So he's got momentum. Penta just ended up with momentum by their logic. But I'm sure Bron Breakker is retaining the title. I don't think Dominic Mysterio wins it. It'd be cool if Dom wins. I want to see him win. Io Sky had her promo for Bria and Rhea Ripley. Io's been very much overlooked in this feud, and she's the champion. So I really hope Io retains. But I'm not sure. Paul Heyman would be sitting backstage waiting for Roman Reigns, and CM Punk will come over and say, "Look at my eyes, Paul. What do you see?" And Paul went, "A cult personality." It was a funny joke. But Roman Reigns would see both of them hanging out together, and this would not make Tribal Chief very happy. This will lead into the main event segment where Roman Reigns would enter the arena with Paul Heyman running behind him, which was a really funny moment. Roman would still enter with Heyman, but he's definitely got some trust issues with him, which we will understand later on. So this segment was really good. Roman was like trying to scold Paul Heyman and said, "Why did you betray me?" and everything. And the crowd were fully on Roman's side, as he probably would be. He told the crowd to acknowledge him. He told the crowd, "Who do you think's betrayed me?" Crowd chanted Paul Heyman. They said, "You fucked up." Roman told them that Sacramento not being loud enough, and Netflix kept trying to mute it. Just stop, please. Heyman tried to plead his case with everything, saying he owed him a favour. Roman made a good point that why does Heyman owe him a favour when Roman never even wanted help at War Games? Which is true, but you would have lost. And just as Roman was about to continue, Sethrollins enters at just the right time in some interesting gear. It does remind me a lot of the Shield. And Seth played master manipulator during this whole thing, trying to prove to Roman that Paul Heyman had chosen CM Punk over him by choice, not by chance, and the favour was just a cover-up. This was yet again perfect manipulating work by Seth, who's been the MVP of most WrestleMania stories in the last couple of years, and I still think Seth should win. Seth really got into Roman's head, and it caused Roman to actually say, "Yeah, you know what, Seth, you're right. Heyman made his choice, and I've made mine." And what that meant was he fucking clocked Seth right in the head. But then he would push Paul Heyman onto the floor, which would make CM Punk come out, and then Heyman would watch as CM Punk and Roman would be brawling together, and the two of Heyman's most iconic people would attack. And then Seth would attack Roman from behind with a steel chair, Shades of the Shield, or as Michael Cole called it, the Shield chair. Perfect image, by the way. And that is how we would end the Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania, with Seth Rollins on top. So logic means he's not going to win Mania. However, it's possible that they're all on SmackDown. They could all be on SmackDown. So thank you all for watching. That was my Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania review. The prediction will be coming very soon. And then we're going to have the SmackDown review. And then both WrestleMania reviews. But next, before I go, thank you all for the support with all the videos recently. Been getting a lot higher views than I had recently been getting. And the build up to WrestleMania has been so fun for me. There will be more 2K content coming out eventually. And yeah, that's about it, I think. So yeah, bye for now.